Even though we don't want it to, sometimes small habits can make others perceive us in a negative way. Did you know that just a few simple actions can make people immediately look down on you? If you want to avoid these pitfalls and become a better version of yourself, let's explore 7 terrible habits that you should stay away from. 1. Not taking responsibility. Finding ways to blame, avoiding reality. When not taking responsibility, people often try to blame others or the surrounding circumstances to avoid admitting their mistakes. This not only erodes honesty, but also makes others lose trust. Losing the opportunity to learn from mistakes. Mistakes are valuable lessons that help people grow up. However, when we don't take responsibility, we don't dare to face and learn from our experiences, missing the opportunity to improve ourselves. Reduces respect from others. When we do not dare to take responsibility, we gradually lose respect from those around us. Trust and respect are the foundation of every relationship, and refusing to take responsibility will shake these values. 2. Lack of personal hygiene affects self-image. Personal care is not only about hygiene, but also a way for us to show respect for ourselves. When we do not pay attention to this, our image in the eyes of others will become unprofessional and lack confidence. Can be a sign of psychological problems. Neglecting to take care of yourself can be a manifestation of mental fatigue, depression, or other psychological problems. This is a warning sign that needs to be noticed and resolved promptly. Negative impact on relationships. Personal hygiene is an important factor in maintaining social relationships. Lack of care can make others feel uncomfortable, alienated, and affect the connection in daily communication. 3. Playing the role of the victim, imprisoning oneself in a state of helplessness. When always playing the role of the victim, people easily fall into a state of helplessness, feeling that they cannot control or change the situation. Instead of finding ways to overcome challenges, they accept injustice as an inevitable part, thereby reducing the motivation to improve life. Making others hesitate to communicate. People who always consider themselves victims often emit negative energy, making others feel uncomfortable when interacting. Stories of complaining and blaming can gradually make people around them lose sympathy, causing them to avoid or not want to continue communicating. Reduced problem-solving ability and confidence. Always thinking of themselves as victims will prevent that person from developing problem-solving ability. Instead of looking for solutions, they only focus on blaming others or circumstances. This not only reduces self-confidence, but also takes away the initiative in life, making it easy for them to accept failure without making an effort to overcome it. 4. Gossiping about others. Gossiping about others is not only an act that hurts the person being gossiped about, but also creates profound negative impacts on interpersonal relationships. This action can lead to a loss of trust and create suspicion in the community. When a person constantly gossips about others, those around them will feel insecure and begin to doubt their sincerity. In addition, this also makes others feel difficult to approach. They will question the speaker's motives, whether they will also become the subject of similar negative conversations. Lack of clarity and ambiguity in communication only adds to the tension and anxiety between individuals. Finally, gossiping about others can also negatively affect our self-perception. When we engage in such unhealthy conversations, we not only hurt others but also diminish our own self-worth. These negative words not only affect the listener, but also linger in the speaker's mind, making them feel burdened and regretful about what they said. 5. Passive aggression. Passive aggression is a form of behavior that can cause a lot of misunderstanding and hurt in relationships. When a person uses this method, they often do not clearly express their dissatisfaction, but instead they may use ambiguous actions or sarcastic statements. This not only confuses others, but also increases feelings of hurt, because the victim is not sure if they have really done anything wrong. This ambiguous behavior reduces trust between individuals. When a person frequently uses passive aggression, those around them will find it difficult to clearly understand their feelings and thoughts. This not only makes communication difficult, but also leads to emotional fatigue. Those affected will feel like they are going through a maze with no exit, trying to figure out what is going on without any transparency. Finally, passive aggression not only damages current relationships, but can also leave lasting effects, affecting the ability to build relationships in the future. When people cannot communicate clearly and sincerely, they will have a hard time building lasting and meaningful connections with others. 6. Constant complaining. Constant complaining is not just an action, but also a habit that can have many negative impacts on the surrounding environment. When a person constantly complains, they inadvertently create a negative atmosphere, making people feel heavy and uncomfortable. These complaints are like dark clouds, blocking out the positive light and reducing the optimism in the group or community. Moreover, constant complaining can drive others away. Many people will feel tired of listening to negative stories, and this can lead to them wanting to distance themselves from the complainer. When no one wants to be around, the relationship will be seriously affected and can lead to loneliness for the complainer. Finally, constant complaining also takes away the ability to feel joy and gratitude. When the mind is always focused on negative things, people will miss out on beautiful moments and good things in life. Instead of seeing and appreciating the positive things, they will only see the shortcomings, leading to a life full of disappointment and unhappiness. 7. Being late. Being late is not only a simple act, but also has many negative consequences in communication and work. When a person is late, this shows a lack of respect for other people's time. People who are on time may feel overlooked or unappreciated, which can damage interpersonal relationships. In addition, being late creates a negative impression of professionalism. In the work environment, punctuality is an important indicator of trustworthiness and commitment. If a person is consistently late, their colleagues and superiors may underestimate their abilities and responsibilities. This can affect their chances of promotion and long-term career. Finally, being late can cause stress and reduce work performance. When a person is late, they not only disrupt the flow of work, but they also force everyone else to adjust their schedules. This stress can spread and affect the entire team, reducing their ability to work effectively. Furthermore, failure to adhere to deadlines can lead to delays in work progress, impacting the final outcome and causing dissatisfaction within the team. These habits, while seemingly small and insignificant, can have huge consequences in our daily lives and relationships. When we are not aware of the importance of these actions, we can unintentionally create barriers to communication and connection with others. Habits such as gossiping, complaining frequently, or being late not only hurt others but also erode our own self-esteem and confidence. Recognizing and changing these habits is essential to improving our lives and building better relationships. First, we need to take the time to examine our own behavior, identify negative habits, and evaluate how they affect our lives and those around us. This awareness not only helps us see clearly the problems that need improvement, but also opens the way for personal growth. Once you recognize unhealthy habits, changing them requires patience and determination. Remember that change doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that takes time and consistent effort. Small changes, like making an effort to compliment others instead of criticizing them or showing up on time for appointments, can have a significant positive impact over time. Finally, start with small changes to become a better version of yourself. Every small step counts, and even small improvements can lead to big changes in your life. Remind yourself that every effort to change is a way to show love and respect for yourself and those around you. When individuals commit to improving their habits, not only do they improve their lives, but they also contribute to building a more harmonious and positive community. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen to today's sharing. Hopefully, this information will not only help you become more aware of the habits that can affect your image, but also encourage you to start making positive changes. We can all become better versions of ourselves if we listen and make changes. If you find this video useful and valuable, don't hesitate to leave a like to let us know that you found it useful. We look forward to receiving your comments and thoughts in the comments section. Each comment helps us understand you better and what you want to see in the next videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the interesting and useful content that we will bring in the future. We are committed to continuing to provide useful and interesting information to support you on your journey of self-development. Thank you again for your support and companionship. Hope we will meet again in the next videos, where we will explore many more interesting topics.